At least if you listen to the mainstream media, the mainstream games journalists, and initially what they told us about something like Dragon Age, the Veilguard, despite all the promotion seemingly turning gamers off, turning longtime fans of the Dragon Age franchise off, they weren't interested in this because it honestly looked like a woke pile of garbage. And when you look at Metacritic, a lot of the critics, they said, hey, 82, it's not bad. It's a solid game. We promise, go out and buy it. The gamers apparently did not feel the same way. And despite being hammered by mainstream games journalists for weeks and weeks over Dragon Age, the Veilguard, tide seems to be turning a bit. Even had IGN essentially calling out their own review. Obviously, this person who wrote the article, a different person who did IGN's review, saying that Dragon Age, the Veilguard actually has a ton of problems. And now this article was the most interesting. Dragon Age, the Veilguard is that friend that's too woke.
Oh my God.
And this is written by somebody, I'll go right here, our account's protected, apparently on Blue Sky, they, them. This is somebody who is completely down with the agenda, right? They would probably describe themselves as a major leftist, right? They probably own the title of woke. But even this person says that this game does it completely and totally wrong because they have gone out of their way to try to not offend anyone, whatever, like in any form or fashion. And they go through the list of, hey, it's okay when I, make a joke about something, or when I mention being non-binary, someone says pick a side, and my friends joke with me because it's okay. I know they're joking. It's like right here. It's funny when I talk about being biracial or bisexual and my friends tell me to pick a side. That's the spirit of good comedy. Good-spirited ribbing is acknowledgement they see me for what I am, and they're going to lovingly bully me anyway. It's this nuance that separates being socially conscious from being entirely self-serious, and it's that self-seriousness that permeates through the Veilguard and makes it entirely flavorless. The Veilguard only has good
flavorless?
Guys. Flavorless.
The freak.
It's flavorless. The Veilguard only has good guys. And this is a big criticism we heard, that because in the way they wanted to shove a lot of these fucking storylines down your throat, they don't let you be mean to anyone. When your non-binary companion keeps going on about all their stupid shit, you can't just tell them to shut the fuck up. You can't tell them that I don't agree with your lifestyle. You can't shit on them. You just have to accept. And so it is a game that has now gone too far, even for those with they, them in their bio, even for those who describe themselves as non-binary or whatever the fuck. It's gone too far for them because the game is just that bad. And all of this is happening at a time where it's estimated that this game has sold somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million copies, which for a game of this size, of this budget, that is not nearly enough to make the money back that they invested in this thing. And BioWare is still yet to announce an official number, which is just another indicator that in all likelihood, this thing has been a total sales failure for them.
What? I don't even know what to say. It just sounds like everyone who made this game is retarded. I don't understand what the point of this game is. It's flavorless. What is everything that you just read is retarded. You can't make this stuff up, man. I don't understand. Like, why they make this game? Can't argue with anyone. They, them crowd doesn't want to play it. AOC took pronouns out of her bio. I mean, what is happening? Is the world
That's because she's becoming a mother and she realizes she has to, like, she has to figure it out.
I just threw that in there. I don't know.
But,
this is stupid.
But it's true. Like, one of the things that they put in there, and this is an example of why even someone who's down with the agenda and who wants a bunch of propaganda in their games, they still don't like the game because of how poorly it's written, how poorly it's done. Veilguard only has good guys. As many people have already complained, every member of the Veilguard gets along too well, even when they really shouldn't. Everybody's nice to each other, and disagreements are smoothed over quickly if there are any. Everyone is self-sacrificing and noble, and none of them have controversial beliefs. Your Rook, your character, is just as inoffensive, never saying anything that could step on anyone's toes. Any dialogue you choose is going to basically be the same. Jokey responses are never sarcastic or mean-spirited. Aggressive responses are never hostile, just resolute. You can't pick fights with your own companions. You can't even really lose approval with them because of the way the game is designed.
What do you do? You just frolic?
You just frolic around and you adventure through somebody else's story, right? You're not the one making the decisions of which path to take. Your decisions don't really affect the outcomes. Instead, you're forced to sit through your companion's storylines about non-binary acceptance because they have mommy issues. And this entire thing was written by a trans person. Like, that's what the story is all about.
I only saw Az play like the first 2 times, and it just was that was rough, man. So no one's angry, everybody's happy. I guess what they tried to do was develop a world that they thought would they tried to create a world that they want to live in. So that's how they made it. So everyone is you can't be upset at non-binary. You can't tell people to be quiet. You have to accept everyone's opinion. You have to accept the DEI plugins. You have to be happy. Everyone is ugly. So you can't
no one can be jealous.
Yeah, you can't have male gaze on the women, I guess. So they threw that all into one game and one final shot to change the world forever. But instead, nobody likes it. Not even the people they cater to. Sounds wonderful. Maybe they'll attract the blue sky people.
All those blue sky users are probably the ones playing Dragon Age the Veilguard.
God, dude.
Probably.
I'm telling you, man, if you called me on the phone and like, Jay, they're making a game like this, I wouldn't even believe you. Like,
wow.
I would just be like, I can't believe like someone is spending that amount of money to put something like that together. And the only people playing it are for like to laugh at it. I think Mahler was playing it too. He's playing it to laugh at it, to torture themselves. Watch people like seeing Az torture himself with these horrible games.
I'm tortured enough in my life. I don't need to get extra
Yeah,
when I play
think
video
so.
games.